Okay, welcome to my podcast. It's called Curbside Conversations. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Stacy. I'm 33. Bartend in Little Rock and North Little Rock, wherever they'll put me behind a bar. I've been in Little Rock most of my life, moved away but came back. Just like to have fun, make my money, hang out with this fun person. And the rest of my friends around, a lot of people around here kind of know us, so it's a giving lifestyle. I got a lot of friends everywhere, so there's always something to do. That's about it. I'm 33. I don't know if I said that already. I might have. Holly?
My name is Holly. I have lived here in Little Rock, Arkansas now for going on 9 years. I will be 37 in October. I moved here from Seattle, Washington, it's where I grew up. I was born in Kentucky, but spent all of grade school and everything in Seattle, greater area of Seattle. But yeah, I moved here. When I first moved here, my first real bartending job was at Sticky's.
Gross.
And I worked there for 4 years, and that was great. And then now I've been at Four Quarter for going on 6 years, and that's awesome because I love it. But I got into bartending. Actually, I was a server at this tiny little restaurant on Camano Island in Washington. And the bartender had called in sick, and I had just turned 21. I think I was like maybe a week into being 21. And I've never been like a real big drinker. So they were just like, hey, you're 21. Get in there. And I had no idea what I was doing, but it was so fun just getting to know people. But the first real bar I worked at was the Conway Pub, and that's in Washington State. It's a biker bar. There's a huge motorcycle rally that happens every year, and it's called the Oyster Run, and it's the biggest stop because it goes from like Canada all the way down to California. It's like the whole coast, and we're one of like the biggest stops. And my first weekend was the Oyster Run, and I got put out on that patio.
Sink or swim.
And I learned a lot in that weekend, just a lot, and it was great. But I've just been doing it going on 16 years now.
16 years.
I absolutely love my job. Love my job.
So is it harder to be a bartender in Seattle or here in Arkansas?
Okay, there's truly a thing. I truly believe in Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
And I mean, people think I'm an asshole, but I grew up in a big city, so like that's just how like the Pacific Northwest is. Everybody just nobody cares really. Nobody cares to get to know you, or like people are very, and here it's different. Like people, you are at the grocery store and people are willing to like strike up a conversation like at the checkout stand, and it's like, that's not how people are.
No ego included, but it is cool that we can go to the grocery store, or we can go to Sonic, or even catch us at a drive-thru, and people will be like, "Hey,
how's your day?" Like that's not
in a couple of weeks, and that's
a
something
thing where I'm from,
especially in the South, because I haven't bartended anywhere up north, but I've been to bars up north, and there is no hospitality.
No.
And like, so for us, like that is the blessing of being a Southern bartender, because we get that. We get the friendliness. We get, like, I got people that I check on that are regulars if they're in the hospital, or seeing how their kids are. And same with us, if they know something's going on.
I mean, it's a family. It's a family in its own.
It's a unit. Like,
absolutely.
The whole Argenta, like how we move from Reno's to Four Quarter, it's a village. And it's the same people that come see both of us.
That makes sense. So how did you get into bartending?
I got tired of doing manual labor. It was hot outside, and being in attics and working on garages. The money was cool, but my body was hot. And then, I have a friend of mine that was running Buffalo Wild Wings. Shout out, Joe. Thank you. And he gave me an opportunity to start serving, and then kind of taught me a little bit about what he knew, and I stuck with it. The money started getting good, and I went from serving to bartending, and then I think my first real bar was probably Neighbors. or alibis now, and it's a different environment than when you start out at a restaurant. Then you go to a dive bar where it is you can smoke inside, or it's 21 and up, and they do live music versus it being so corporate. But I mean, I haven't looked back since I started pouring drinks.
I've worked one corporate bar and it lasted 4 months, and that was actually here in Little Rock. It was at the BJ's in North Little Rock. And then I left there and went to Sticky's. So I don't really consider. I mean, that was an experience.
And I don't really. That's not. I mean, they were corporate.
I'd rather work mom and pop for sure. I've always worked mom and pop.
It's all, like having a single owner, like for both of us, because there's both bars that we work at Four Quarter and at Reno's, we don't have management. It goes straight from owner to, I mean, I guess kind of, but it goes straight from management, like up top to us, instead of there being the HR and multiple levels to go through. We make the rules.
Yeah,
it's our bar instead of it being Chili's bar, you know, whatever corporate restaurant's bar. It's our bar. As soon as we clock
a Bar
in,
Louie or
as soon as we clock in, that's us. It's ours.
yeah.
That's cool. Well, I've heard both of you mention money being good.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I have a friend of mine who has a bachelor's degree. You know, she could do that, but she tells me she makes more money bartending than her bachelor's. So is the money really good in bartending?
It's great, but and I think in comparison, the money's fantastic, anyways. But it's also like the stress level. So if you're looking at like that lineup, like what stress level versus how much money are you making? Because we love what we do. I'm very blessed to go into work every day and absolutely enjoy what I do. It's always different to the end of the night. So the money is fantastic. Like, I don't think there's a 9 to 5 that I can go make the same amount of money that I can make in 5 hours. It just, I don't, like, even with a degree, I don't think, you know, it takes time. And we network. Like, every day my money gets more. My money never goes down. We don't lose customers, we gain customers. So revenue is constantly getting better.
I feel like you can be the best bartender in the slowest bar and you're still going to make money.
Yeah.
You can be a shitty bartender in a very busy, high volume bar and you can still not. It depends on.
It does depend on you.
It really depends on said person. It's not a job for the faint-hearted.
Nope.
I mean, as a female, I go through a lot constantly. And you just have to have thick skin and have to be able to I have a really good personality and like I find humor in everything. So like to me, like if you're gonna come off like being silly, like I'm gonna throw it. Like I'm very sarcastic and like witty. So, but I think having that personality is what makes a great bartender. Also, somebody that's also very attentive and can pay attention to.
Multitask.
The thing that I love about my job is it is a local spot, so I know 90% of the people that come in, and most of those people before they even hit the bar, they've already got a drink on the bar. Because I already know what they want.
I
already know.
And she's working. As soon as I walk through the door, she can be busy as hell, but there's a Jameson with a piggyback sitting on the bar.
I'm very aware of my front door. We have one way in and one way out. And when that door opens, I promise you I can see, you know, and yeah, it's just, but there's also different sides to bartending. There's bars that are more like laid back where you make fancy cocktails and it's like fine dining. And I have respect for those bartenders. But what we do is we're speed bartenders.
Yeah, it's all about
volume. We're pushing food and drinks.
We can't make the
fancy cocktails because
we don't have the time.
We work in a different style. There's different styles to different bars. Therefore, to answer your question, depends on you, your personality, and where you work.
Every time anybody if I work at Brucey's as well, and every time we hire a server or a bartender, I try to explain this to anybody. Like I can teach a 10-year-old how to make a drink, but I cannot teach them how to have this skill. Like you have it or you don't. It's not something, and I've watched so many people come in that have great personalities or they can make a good drink, but they miss the other aspects of it. Mm-hmm. It's a constant thing, like she said, being attentive. But we listen, and it's a blessing and a curse. And correct me if I'm wrong. I can walk through Walmart and hear every conversation going on.
I can't, trust me, we hear everything.
Everything. People don't think, like, if you're sitting at a bar, people don't think I'm whispering while they're making 40 drinks. They can't hear me. We heard you. We heard exactly what you said. We heard you say we were slow because you don't understand. We heard you. And people don't get that. I don't want to hear everything you're talking about.
I hear you. I choose to listen.
I choose not to listen. It's bad.
So basically, I mean, you just pretty much have to ignore that stuff.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's something that I can be witty or turn into a joke or make it to where I'm lightening the mood, you know, then other than that, I'm going to just bite it and let it go. But, like, and we're starting a podcast, if you can't tell from the shirts, called The Last Call, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'd
Yes.
love to have you when we get it on and popping. But that's what we're going to talk about, is things that people that go into bars and restaurants were never taught because they've never worked that job. And I thoroughly believe that everybody in high school should have to work a service industry job.
I think
It
you
should
bring
be a
home
requirement.
back
Like,
home
just
ec.
like Spanish, I think you should have to take.
You should have to wait on the community.
You should have to wait on a table because until you do it, you don't know what's going on.
No, I completely, I agree with that. So growing up, I worked at a lot of telemarketing jobs, and that's brutal too.
I've been
The
there as well.
general public is rough, man.
It is.
It is.
But see, I consider that
It's a
service
beat down every day.
I consider everything from your cashier at Kroger to the receptionist at your hospital is all service industry.
Okay.
Like we deal with the people front on.
Mm-hmm.
The very first start of it, like I said, the cashiers, your groomer at your dog parlor or whatever. That it's all service industry, and it's all relatable in some way because you mentioned like the telemarketing stuff. It's like you said, I've been there myself, and it's brutal. The things those people are willing to say on the phone, and it has nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like us. Even when we get ripped, it's like, I'm sorry I don't have whatever drink you want or whatever ingredient, but I just work here.
Right.
I've got what I got, and I do with what
I just
can do
come
with
here,
it.
do my
But I just
thing.
work it.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think being in telemarketing, it made
not
me
my
be able
fault.
to take rejection.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to get money from somebody, and they tell you to just just go to hell.
And you're like, are you sure though?
You're like, I'm just here to do my job.
I'll tell you
Okay.
what, I'll
Like,
go
I'm
to hell,
just-
but could you send me some money for a ticket? That's what we're looking for.
Okay, so I've got a question for you, and if you can't, what's the biggest tip you've ever received? And if you can't answer it, just
I can. So it was $800, and it was at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and it was an artist and his entourage. It was Yellow Wolf, and all his people came in, and
shout out to Yellow Wolf.
shout out Yellow Wolf. But yeah, and they stayed till like almost close. 2 truckloads full of bikes and just biker dudes ordering Jack and Cokes, and they tipped the shit out of me.
And this was in Arkansas?
Yeah, it was at Buffalo Wild Wings in North Aurora.
Oh, wow. Holy smokes, $800. What about you, Holly?
Man, I'm trying to think, it really just depends on like the ratio to the tab. Like there's been like, when I worked at Sticky's, I used to do wonderful events with Suzanne because, she hosts she caters wonderful events, and I had so much fun doing those with her. And, it also depends on gratuity. So I don't know.
Big enough party.
Probably
That's
like
just
around
my
like a
$5.
$500 for like a big party. But like as a single, probably like there's like an $80 tab and you get like $50. Those I believe are like.
During the holidays, and you get them.
But
too,
also,
I'm sure.
like, tips means to ensure prompt service.
Yeah.
So it's like it depends on like
Yeah.
your relationship with the person. I don't know.
Like,
I've always worked to
exactly
dive
how
hard.
how slow it is. That's
Yeah.
all. But I mean, even during the
It
holidays,
varies.
During the holidays, like it's nice. Like we'll catch the 100.
I guess
You know
I
what
could
mean? Like somebody
answer.
will slap us 100 on the holidays or something.
I worked a really big event in Argenta, and a lot of people don't realize like if there's more than one bartender, they're splitting
Oh, yeah.
tips. So you leave a $20 tip, I'm only
It's
getting
10
10,
apiece.
he's getting 10. So
Oh, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
so
And
it's
also
always-
asking us sorry to cut you off, asking us, oh, do you just get this while there's another bartender working is so disrespectful.
because no,
We're sharing the
we
tips,
share
and
everything.
If you ask me to put it in my pocket, you're taking away from my integrity. Because I'm gonna split it. With
I'm
her.
gonna, yeah.
So if you give me a 20 and you're like, put this in your pocket, just know if there's another bartender, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if you pour my drink
All
and I
night,
give you a tip, you still split
it's
it.
50-50.
Because the other 50
Really?
people, the other 50 people in that room, I might have made those drinks. So just because she's the one handling you doesn't mean that we're not doing equal work.
Gotcha.
It's a
okay.
team. It's always
a team thing.
Yeah, it's a
We're
team thing.
running the bar together. It's not my side, your side. This isn't sections. This
We're not
is
like
all of our
servers.
money.
We're
Yeah.
not bartenders.
Gotcha.
All right, so it's a whole. At the end of the night, we put everything
put
together,
everything,
and then we
split
split
that
it, and then we tip out our bar backs. We tip out our kitchen staff, security.
Okay.
So
well, I learned something new. I had no idea.
I'd like to tell, and this is something that my brother put on me. Is like, it's your business. I'm just renting the alcohol. I'm renting the bouncer. I'm renting the kitchen. I'm renting the building. All the rest is mine. That's why we tip out. That's why.
But their
make
job
$2.60.
is to make our job easier. Yeah. You know, they get our ice and they stock our beer, and so it's a whole team. And especially at Four Quarter, a lot of people don't realize that we run off a very short staff. We only have 4 bartenders really. There's myself, Nate, Bubba, and Pat, and we run 7 days a week. We open at 3 p.m. and we close at 2. Kitchen's open till 1:30 every night. The only day we are ever closed is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It's because we legally have to be.
And we're closed. I mean, Reno's is closed on Sundays,
So-
but that gives me time to go see her. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sunday
Well,
funders.
so there's a lot of perks to being a bartender. What would you say the cons are?
The
Like
people.
what? The people.
Yeah.
Knowing everybody's business,
Yeah.
because people come to us for advice, and and it's like, I try my best to give the best advice, but I'm not a therapist.
Not at all. And honestly,
just
we're
knowing
friends.
everybody's like. We also see the ugly in a lot of people.
The worst parts of things, and the people
certain
drink,
situations.
and a lot of people don't have that
Yeah.
moral compass when they drink to not let the bad shit out.
Oh, wow.
With us having regulars that are like husband and wife, and like she said,
And just
we're not
knowing
therapists,
they're
and so
like-
one of them comes in when they're having problems and tells us, and 2 hours later the other one comes in and we're sitting there like, this is not my fucking
This isn't
problem.
my business. Like, I don't care, but
It's
you
bad.
feel the need to express your personal life with me.
I would say that, and then the people that take service for granted, like that forget this isn't your house. So
Absolutely.
People that
Absolutely.
when you come, they used to call bars speakeasies for a reason. Because that's the only place you can get your alcohol from. So when you talk to your bartender, you better speak easy.
That's what it means.
So, and,
Really?
and,
Okay.
yeah, so don't, and it's bad for us when we're trying to be nice. But we're here to make money.
This is my job.
It's my job.
This is my job.
At the
I come
end
in
of
here.
the day, we love you guys, but it's still, it's my job. I'm getting
Especially-
paid for
yeah.
this. People try to make us walk on eggshells, but this isn't your house, it's our house. And I think that's probably harder for me than dealing with people's trauma and personal shit. Is just entitlement.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think entitlement would be the hardest part.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I mean, because I think we all have a friend who they're okay as long as they don't drink. So you're dealing with that constantly.
Sometimes I'm that friend.
He means well.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's me.
Well, so what's for both of you guys? What's the worst customer you ever had?
Worst. I mean, I've been doing it so long, so it's like I'm just trying to think of like.
I got a couple.
I think the most tacky thing that men should know to a female bartender.
I know it's coming.
So like when I give you your ticket book with your total in it, and I'm waiting on your debit card.
Guys, pay attention.
Please do not give me your hotel room key instead of your.
With no tip.
I can't tell you how it's a huge thing.
It is.
I'm like, oh, that's really cute, but I need your debit card.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Just it's in comparison, it's when you go to a strip club, you don't expect that dancer to go home with you. So why would you
You just-
expect
And that's like a huge
Expect a female
misconception being a female bartender is that I'm promiscuous and I sleep with my customers. I do not.
No.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
So it's very flattering that you would give me your hotel room key, but
Give me money instead.
thank you, but no thank you. I'd like you to just pay your $40
Give her
tab,
20.
sir.
Just give her the 20. Just give her the 20.
Yeah. So what about your customer? Worst customer ever.
That's so vague.
Or do you not have a bunch of them?
I got a shit ton, but I don't want to drop
Worse.
any names.
Wait, don't drop names. Just
Yeah.
tell the situation.
Worst.
Just, I mean,
I feel like people that are just so comfortable with coming into where we work and feeling it's okay to run up a tab and then dip out and then be like,
that too, my bad.
I don't know, that just that level of disrespect, like it's our job. Like I get we're friends but this is still a job.
Yeah,
And
I guess like people that run me, like if I walk up to the bar and I drop your food off and your drink off, and you're like,
Can I get a ranch?
Yeah, can I get a ranch? I go get the ranch. Cool. Can I get a napkin?
cool. Oh, can I get
Cool, all
another?
right. What else do you
Okay,
need?
look here.
Just you don't go grocery shopping and get one thing at a time and go home and cook it and go back to the grocery store and then go home. No, just tell me what that pisses me off so bad. I think that's the
Yeah,
worst
even
stuff.
just drink orders. Like, trust me, I have a really good memory.
Yeah, just
Give
like,
them
are
to me.
sure
You want
got
4
it?
Bud
Yes,
Lights,
I
3
got
Coors
it.
Lights, 2 vodka
Just tell me
crayons, a
what you
Moscow
need.
Mule, and an IPA
You
on
got
draft. Boom, I got
Stop
it.
running me. I can make one trip and bring you everything you want. Both
Rattle
of
it
our lives
off.
are easier. Blows my mind. That's the type of customer. The worst customer I ever had was at a strip club bartending, and it was before the shift. No name drops, but you know who you are. And he was sitting at the bar bragging on my tattoos, but bagging on. Sorry, not bragging. Like basically just saying my mom would be disappointed. I'm only gonna be a bartender. That type of shit. And he was just really rude for 30 minutes. And the girls weren't even dressed out yet. Lights are still on. And finally, after just taking this dude's ridicule for so long, I was just like, brother, I might be everything you said. I might be scummy. I might only be a bartender. And my mom might be disappointed, but I will never pay for pussy. And he got up and walked away. And that, for me, was probably the most disrespectful.
That was a good comeback, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like
that.
that.
He was just like in a strip club in the daytime. How are you judging me?
Right.
It's broad daylight.
That is so disrespectful, and people are like, "So is this your only job?" Like,
Yes,
it is, and I want you to know
that
I'm really there. But it's again when you've got to be good at what you do, and I love my job. I genuinely love my job. Every day is different. You never know what's working with the public, especially in a bar.
It's a new day every day.
In a late night bar, it's every
sponsorship.
day is different. Every weekend is different, and I love meeting people and getting to know people.
Until we don't.
But it's
Yeah. Well, so you both love bartending. Have you ever thought about starting your own bar?
I don't.
Or is it hard? I mean, what is it?
It's in our market. Everything's so solidified. Like you'll notice new restaurants open and they do great for a couple of weeks, and then they slow down and die off until it becomes a regular part. I wouldn't want to open a new bar, but I would love buying somebody's when they get done with it one day. Something that's already solidified.
Established.
Something that's already established.
yeah.
I don't think I would want to just start from scratch, no. Because, like, as much as I can network, I think that's...
You know, in my
It's
early
hard.
years of bartending, I was like, oh, I want to own a sports bar. I want to have a really, and as the years have gone on, no. I love where I'm at. I
I do too.
have the honest to God best boss that I've ever worked for. Conan is not only a fantastic friend, and Gina, his wife, is a fucking angel from heaven, and they
I'm the same way. My owners and my manager.
and that's what I love about Conan is he worked at Midtown for so long, and so he gets it. Like he understands like any situation you bring to him. He's just a great boss, and he runs his bar fantastic.
Yep.
And it's
I agree. Shout out, Conan.
it's just really hard running, and there's so much that goes into having a bar. There's insurance and licenses and
with the plumbing,
just anything. You've got the fire department, the health department. There's
ABC on your ass constantly.
Always,
It's my son Reno's like Lou is the man's fantastic. He's just there every day. He opens the store, he makes sure it's supposed to do. He's the most loving owner, and then Brad from Briskey's is the same way. The dude runs 3 places constantly, and he's attentive to everybody that works for him. They take care of us. Like, it's nice being somewhere where
it's like a family.
It's a family. Like,
it's a family.
I can depend on, and I work at 2 different bars right now, and both of them. Like, I can pick up my phone and call anybody at either bar, and they would pick up if I needed something. And that family aspect of it is something that separates us from any other type of business out there. Like, you're gonna be close if you're a service industry. There's no choice.
But to buy a bar and own a bar, no.
Nah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we've talked about bars. What makes a good bar? Is it the music? Is it the bartender? Is it the vibe?
All
is
of
the
it.
customer service?
It's all of it.
All
It's
of
the
it.
crowd. Your
It's
crowd
mostly,
is.
yeah, it is the crowd.
It's really your crowd.
Our
It's the-
response to the crowd. It is the music. If you can't read a room.
When I play my music, I feel the room. Like, if I've got like an older, like emo-ish kind of crowd, I'm gonna play the old school,
we're gonna play to
like
whoever the crowd is.
yes,
Whatever the crowd's feeling.
If there's a big event going on at the arena,
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
stick
play
to that
that
music.
style of music because that's what crowd listens to. So, yeah.
Okay, well, so here's the deal. If you go to a bar and your bartender's freaking hot, should you leave a big tip? Should you
Not your
where you
hotel room
start.
key.
Okay, so you definitely should leave your hotel
Don't
key.
do that.
It is so nice.
Should you write your number on the
If
receipt?
you leave a big
No.
enough tip, absolutely. If you don't leave, if you tip $1,
I had a guy write, "What's your number?" and then leave. Like,
If you put that, listen, we ain't reading
what's
that
your
ticket.
number? And then
Holly's not reading your number or nothing unless
No.
that tip line is big enough.
Not
if
even.
the tip line is big enough,
Not even.
she might read your number. I doubt it, but no. It's a dog and pony show. Like, when we go into work, we're actors. It's
That and
appealing.
the first
She's a
bar I
pretty
worked
woman.
at, Phyllis, the biker bar. She goes, "You were on stage. Eyes are on
Yes,
you.
that's
People
what it
are.
is.
No matter if you don't think anyone's looking at you, there is
They're
a set
looking
of
at you.
eyes on you at every
At
time.
every
So
point.
like, yeah, God, Phyllis, I love her so much. She taught me so much about. Yeah, she was amazing.
No, yeah.
So, yeah,
if
you're-
the bartender's
you're on
hot, shoot your shot. Just don't expect
Just
rejection.
don't be a creep. Also, don't take pictures. Do you know
Yeah.
how many people I see like,
Strange.
I can tell that you're taking a picture, especially remember to turn your flash off. And I just, I pretend, I just pretend like I don't see it, but
I would say Holly's the exception because I work with other women bartenders and like some of them are single, some of them aren't. You don't know anybody's situation. I will say, if you're going to somebody's business and you
find them attractive.
find them attractive, go about it
Normal.
normally. Don't be gross, creepy. Don't sit there and stare, take the pictures. Tip good, say it's nice to meet you, come back, see her again. Like, just do it like you would do a normal person. Like, if you've seen somebody at the grocery store, you wouldn't, like, take a picture. You know what I mean? Like, we're there.
Like, well,
We're
it looked
there.
good.
We create the perception of availability. It increases our money. Like, if you don't, of course we're having a conversation.
Also,
Of
I don't
course
want
we're
people
trying
to
make
feel
you
like
happy.
they shouldn't have the confidence to like approach people. I don't know, just kind of read the room. Like
If she's in a bad mood, you ain't getting it. It's a wrap. If she's busy at the bar, you're not getting it.
now's
Yeah.
not the time, okay?
But I mean, that bartenders are kind of put on that celebrity status. I mean, because they're the center of attention. Everybody knows them.
Center stage.
Yeah. Center
as-
stage.
As much as I hate saying it, and I don't, I love saying it, I'm kind of a local celebrity.
I can't go anywhere. I
Sometimes it's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing. Like I can go, like because especially with where I work,
Memorial Day, we
went to the pool and we ran into
3 customers and we went 30 minutes away
to
on Memorial Day to a
apartment.
private apartment pool and ran into 3 people. What the? Yeah.
I love running. I love it. But it is, it's a thing.
Me and her are trying to just relax with some friends, and they're like,
we just wanted to grill some ribs.
We just want to kick it, dude.
I can't even imagine. I mean, because both of y'all are very popular. You're dealing with all these customers, so I can't imagine. Going to the mall, everybody's like, "Hey, what's up, Holly?" What's up?
We go
That's why I don't go out. That's why I am a homebody.
Her out of the house.
I love to be at home. I get my social interaction at work. I work in a bar, so when I'm off work, I don't want to hang out in a bar.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So Holly is, and this is my personality. I don't change. I wake up like this. I go behind the bar like this. It doesn't switch. Holly puts on the mask. When she goes into work, this woman is so antisocial. It's not funny. But
I would have never known.
No, and that's.
I'm just like awkward too, and I'm like really shy, and like people are like, "But you are so good at your job,"
different.
and I'm like,
That's not Holly the person. That's Holly the bartender.
Yeah. I like to be at home. I like to be in my PJs.
And we like kicking at her house, but dragging her out is.
Unless it's to eat. I will get dressed and go out to eat.
What's your favorite place to eat?
Oyster Bar.
What about
Take
you?
my money.
I love the Oyster Bar. I'm good on it. So shout out Greg. So's is great too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you wouldn't expect bartenders that you thought didn't make any money to go out and eat nice at restaurants, but that's all we eat.
I do, yeah. I love to eat.
I will say, of any bar I've been to in a long time, Four Quarter has the best food ever.
Oh yeah, we have hands down.
We call it better than bar food.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's restaurant quality.
I mean, if Reno's, and you need to come see me.
Okay.
Man, Reno's is so slept on with their food.
Yeah.
Reno's has the best pizza. I order that Italian sub at least once a week. It is so good. It is so good.
Both of our menus.
They have the cheese dip.
I'm not going to say that because you said nothing negative. There's a new place that opened up, and it's a little bit expensive for our generous taste.
Oh, I've had good and bad. Been there 3 times.
It's good and
First
bad,
time was
it's
good.
like for the price range. If you're looking at our menus.
Okay, but it's a new place, so they're just finding out their kinks.
I said I wasn't going to say anything.
And I know what you're talking about, and I'm not going to say the name either. Yeah, we'll just keep it a secret.
Let them just work their kinks,
Yeah.
okay? But again, opening a new bar or a restaurant is very hard. You have to find people that you can trust and people that actually want to do what they do. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just hire like any person off the street and expect them to be really good at what they do. Like it's like
we have a lot of people that come in with resumes or applications and like you get hired for bartenders. Dive bars don't train.
We have 4 bartenders that work 7 days a week. Okay?
We got 5. Yeah, we're not.
No.
And we're not training you.
Yeah.
If you want to be a bartender, go work at a Chili's or a Applebee's or a Buffalo Wild
And that's
Wings.
not
Not a bad thing.
It is great experience. It is great experience. But what we do is you need to already know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got you.
Well, I was training a girl one time. This was back in Washington. She straight up asked me what was in a gin and tonic. And it took...
It's gin and tonic. Go ahead.
Everything in me. and anyone knows me. To hold my tongue.
I wouldn't have.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Also, I know this is off topic. The next one of y'all motherfuckers that walk up and order a Tito's and vodka from me.
And I repeated to you 3 times. Are you sure you want a Tito's and vodka? Yes, Tito's. Oh,
yes.
I had that one was so good.
That I promise you is the biggest mistake.
Because I'm gonna give you Tito's and vodka.
And we're gonna do it.
And that's what.
But this is something since Tito's came out. Since Tito's released their first bottle.
Get rid of the bottle wraps. Get rid of the dog collars, please.
Every time, Tito's and vodka. That's the only liquor in existence.
That says that.
That's ever happened with.
Tito's.
Nobody
Tito's.
ever says Kettle One and vodka. Nobody ever says...
It's Tito's and vodka.
No, absolute vodka. Tito's and vodka. We know you mean Tito's and soda. And we know you want a lime. Just say...
An extra one.
Don't say Tito's and vodka, please. I'm going to leave that there.
Thank you.
So what's a drink that people order that you just dread? Like you're like,
Old fashions.
old fat.
It depends on if I'm busy. See, I love making old fashions,
too,
and I
but
love
I'm busy.
making lemon drops, and I love doing those fancier things. But if I've got massive people at the bar,
And you order
And you
46
want-
lemon drops.
everything just gets sticky. It's not that I hate
And we
making
don't
it's just
like it
everything gets sticky.
anymore.
The sugar, the simple, it's just
It's
sticky.
gross.
Don't like sticky. My hands.
No comment.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just let Stacy do his
You know,
part.
Nate is the messiest bartender I've ever worked with.
We love
Everything
you,
will be
Nate, but
so
you are the
and sticky.
So your favorite drink is Jameson, of course.
Oh, absolutely. J-Mo, let me get a sponsorship. Hit me on the last call for our podcast.
What about you, Holly?
I'm actually not a big drinker.
Spicy pickle vodka.
I do like the spicy pickle vodka.
That sounds gross.
I'm so wild.
It's fucking
I know
disgusting.
people would think I'm like so crazy and wild, and I'm like,
She's not.
I'm really
She
not.
actually- Holly moms the
I am
shit
truly
out
the mom
everybody.
of all of my friends.
Like, on my birthday,
Absolutely.
This past year, this woman literally made everybody ride in her car, leave their
'Cause
cars
they all-
behind. She took us in the main event, made us wait in line, hold hands, put our finger up in front of our mouth, like do the whole mom thing.
We did. Yeah, we went to main event. We went bowling and we
It's
played
amazing.
games and we
But
got
she does. She's a mom of the group. You guys think Holly's wild? She's not.
I'm
She's
really
gonna
boring.
scold you if you fuck up. She's gonna happen.
But I could understand being a bartender and kind of looking out for people because
That's my job.
don't you have to cut people heavy?
Absolutely.
And and trust me, if I cut you off or if I've ever cut you off, please believe me that I
It's
don't.
just for your
it's
safety.
for not in everybody's safety, and it's because I genuinely care. And like, if I give you water, it's because I feel like I just don't want you to hate yourself tomorrow.
Trust our judgment.
Please, yeah, like it's truly from the
This
heart.
is a lot
Like,
of people and it's typically people that I know and I'm close with that I have to cut off.
mm-hmm.
And like with that being said, and it's always a battle, it's always a confrontation when I'm like, hey, just have this water for me and we can talk about another drink later. Just know, like she said, it's for your safety and everybody else's. I love to have fun. So when I get serious and I'm like,
Also,
here's a
I'm
water,
always
you're
sober
cut
and
off,
I'm-
like trust me.
I
Trust that
drive people.
instinct.
I have picked people up from Midtown. I have picked people up from neighbors.
I can call
You can call me. I mean, I
pick
usually
them
don't
up.
get home till like super late at
We
night
both lost
because
a lot of friends.
absolutely, yeah. So
So if we
please,
cut you off, I've lost a lot of friends to that. So if we cut you off, take that serious.
yeah. And
Don't
if you need
get-
a ride home and Uber's surging, I have no. If you
we-
don't
how
mind
many-
waiting until I'm done with
How many
paperwork, I would
times
be
do we
more than
like,
happy to drive.
we have to put somebody we know out, right? Cut them off. It gets bad. We put them out of the bar. If you don't argue, come back tomorrow and I'll buy your first beer.
Yeah, it's from the heart.
It's
Really.
when-
I hate
it's-
cutting
it's
people off because
solely
you just want to
because-
have fun and
Yeah.
you just want to have another shot.
I want to make more money.
And it's like
but
you
it's
know.
not worth your and everybody else's
Yeah.
safety. So if I cut you off or you get put out, just leave. Just take the L, come back tomorrow,
Tomorrow's a new day.
and trust that it doesn't have to be a battle. Like you don't go to your doctor and they tell you stop eating fatty foods and then you're like, fuck it, let's fight over it. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. You don't do that.
Fight you for this.
Yeah, I didn't fight you for no. Don't do that. Just take the L. Like we have, and it sucks. That is terrible.
I hate being
it.
the fun sucker.
I hate it because we're jumping around, laughing, singing, doing whatever, and then I gotta be like, bro, it's time to go.
yeah.
And last week, my manager that was there, I was the only bartender, no bar back, no nothing. I'm serving drinks. I made a friend of mine a drink. Poured the drink in. There's a little bit left in the shaker. It wasn't nothing but ice and water at that point. But I turned my back and he reached over and grabbed the shaker. My manager
Also,
was
don't
like,
ever reach your
"And
hands
don't
into the
ever,
fruit tray.
ever reach
Don't over-
across that bar.
Slap your
Ever.
Stay out of my
But he
fruit.
grabbed it, and my manager was like, he just grabbed it. And I didn't ask no questions. I didn't ask him what he wanted to do. I walked around, took his drink away, and I was like, it's time for you to go. He left and didn't say a word. That's the way it should be. And he was back the next day. If we cut you off, take that L. Live.
It's
to
not
fight
because I
another
don't
day.
want you to have any more fun, or I think
It's
that
'cause I
you're
don't want
like,
you to
or I'm
kill
mad
yourself
at
or
you.
somebody.
There's just.
We have a lot of like Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. We're serving you drinks, dude. We are literally
Yeah.
inebriating your brain. Trust us to like let you have fun, but not go overboard.
Also, don't argue with me because
No,
I'm sober
I'm right.
and I remember everything that
Yep.
happened.
Not just that, but I want you to know if you argue with a bartender, even when we're wrong, are we?
No,
No,
I'm always
we're
right.
not. We're always right. It's my bar. I'm right.
I'll admit when I'm wrong.
I won't.
I will.
She can't.
Well, who do you think gets more drunk at the bar, men or women?
Ooh. It depends. It
I was
depends.
thinking, okay.
Okay, you got okay. Special
Like concert
occasions,
nights?
concert nights,
It's gonna be
girls.
girls. But if you're looking at like a Tuesday night and it's probably
It
dudes.
depends on the crowd.
It does. But
Depends on the night.
I'm gonna say like most of the time, from what I've seen, it's actually the women that are taking care of the dudes at the end of the night for the most part. But I will say concert nights, the moment they put them fucking tassels on and shit,
As soon as the
Cowboy hat.
sequins and boots,
it's over with. It's over. It's the girl.
you get the woohoo girls.
The hands go in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the
You know-
woo-woo, the wah-wah, and the yee-yees.
As for concerts, Elton John, when Elton John came to town, I had never seen so many feather boas and drunk Elton John look. It was, oh man.
I mean, I guess it's situational.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
situational because you'll have certain points where, like, I got guys that come in and play darts, and their wives or girlfriends are like sitting at a table sipping a drink, and they're pounding fucking Coors Lights.
Just kidding.
So, but
It
I mean,
helps.
yeah.
So yeah, usually, okay, if it's like a horse race, you got the women that come out like strong and they're like taking
Yeah.
the lead, and then it's like at the end of the night, boom, the guy like, and then she's like wasted, crying.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's.
Then he's the
situational.
one that's like, puking, and she's like already been done crying, and
She's already puked in one boot, wasn't hers. Here's what it is.
So it just depends on what's
It
going
does.
on, and
Yeah. it depends on the
Typically,
night.
It's me that's the drunkest in the bar, but like that's fuck the crowd.
that's fine.
So have you met anyone famous? Well, you say you met Yellow Wolf
I met him twice.
twice.
The first
Yeah.
time I won't talk about it because he was mean. The second time he was cool.
Okay.
I met quite a few famous people.
So when I was like 26, I hadn't been bartending very long. I started at 21, but I worked in Everett, Washington. It's about like 20 minutes north of downtown Seattle. And my friend Sherry owned a bar. It was called The Grove. And Bone Thugs and Tech Nine were playing at the Shodo Box in downtown Seattle, but they rented out The Grove. And I had never worked at The Grove before, but she was like, I need a skilled bartender to come. They rented out her bar after hours. So at 2 p.m. she closed, and they like blacked out, put up black curtains on the windows. And it was like I worked from 2 to about 6 in the morning. And it was a private party for Bone Thugs and Tech Nine, and that was really cool. But that was like back when Tech Nine had the big orange fro,
Oh, yeah.
and he was really quiet. He just kind of sat in the corner and drank Patron and orange juice.
So Brad Brewski's we had Megan Good. Yeah,
Wow.
her whole entourage. 2 days in a row, actually. That was cool. And then Bryce Mitchell, shout out, Arkansas native. He's famous.
The UFC
Yes,
fighter.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
He's, Brewski's regular too. Brad, and they got a cool relationship. So, but I mean, I've met quite a few other than.
Now, wasn't
SpongeBob just came into Fort Porter.
Yes, he did.
And he
Yeah.
he did it for
Yeah.
me, and he told me that I was really great at my job, and I was like,
He's
SpongeBob has told me that I am a good bartender
So
and I
weird,
can
though.
die happy.
He was trying to get in your bikini bottoms.
oh boy,
Oh Lord.
Sorry, this is just my personality.
that's all right. Oh, so what's the craziest thing? Because I do know recently about the person like taking something out of your bar in the middle of the daytime, right?
Talking about the mirror.
Yeah, the
my
mirror.
Fucking.
Things get stolen all the time, and that's why we don't really have very many things
Also,
hanging up
if you go to a dive bar and you see something nice, leave it alone.
it's there for a reason.
Just enjoy it.
Those are very sentimental
Take a
pieces
picture with it.
to the
Don't touch
building,
it.
and
Yeah.
I mean
Also,
everything.
yeah,
I mean, it's not yours. It's not yours to take. Like
that
you wouldn't
mirror
like it
pissed
if
a
I
lot of
came.
people off, too.
Yeah, very sentimental to the building,
And you
and
might get beat up by regulars if you steal something out of a bar that we care about.
everything is on camera. You think that everything is on camera. There is
being recorded, and we got audio. Like it's not.
It's yeah.
We got.
I mean, that mirror was returned within like 3 hours after it was initially taken out of the building. It took a few phone calls.
It was the craziest thing. I mean, because it wasn't a small mirror.
No,
I mean, it was a huge
it's a
mirror.
huge mirror.
So if we're gonna, you talk about craziest thing, right?
Yeah, craziest thing you've seen.
I'm gonna try to do this without. I'm gonna drop nicknames if that's cool.
No, just
No nicknames.
they just describe the situation.
Okay. Fuck, I don't want to do that. At a bar I worked at, there was a security guard who got really comfortable with being a security guard. And we went to the Cowboy one night.
Oh boy.
And
That's your first mistake.
yeah. I'm not going to skip on details here because that person is fired and things have been taken care of in a lawful manner. But he shot his dick off in a Cowboy and drove himself to the hospital.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
Got his gun in somehow. Under his roll, he was a bigger boy.
Yeah.
But
Under his
I don't know how. Clipped his shit. And that's probably the craziest thing.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah, because the Cowboys so loud, nobody heard the shot off.
craziest thing I've ever craziest thing I've ever found after hours.
No.
I found a pregnancy test in the girls' bathroom. It was negative, so
Shout out to being negative.
She ended up having a good night.
Not plan A, not plan B, but
I
plan
don't know. My
pregnancy
favorite
test.
favorite thing is Tinder dates. I love watching Tinder dates come in.
And they unfold. Also, just so you know, if you do bring Tinder dates into our bar frequently,
Your secret's safe with me.
Your secret's safe with us as long as you tip right.
Yeah.
You start not tipping, we're gonna start telling everything.
Oh boy! So make sure you tip, guys. That's crazy. Yeah, I saw something that said.
Yeah, what's the craziest thing you've seen?
What's the craziest thing you've seen as a
Let's
patron?
reverse this real quick. What's the craziest?
Oh, the
thing
craziest
you've
bar
seen?
fight. Can I talk about the craziest bar fight I've ever
I
seen?
wanna hear it.
Okay,
Tell
this
me.
was at Four Quarter. This guy was causing some issues out front, came in, and shit had happened. But dude came down the stairs with a bar stool in his hand and walked up behind the guy and cracked him in the back of the head.
Oh, you said you wouldn't tell anybody I did that.
That wasn't you. That's the crazy. Like because I watched the whole. I was like, why is that guy coming down with that stool? Like nobody ever brings those stools down here. Like it's also like we're closing. Like all the lights are on. Like it's I saw somebody get cracked over the head with a wood bar stool, just like your like basic little like stool.
You know,
but
like this, but a little taller.
oh my god.
Also,
Oh my God.
Was it last night or the night before? For the first time ever, somebody puked off the fucking balcony at Four Quarter.
Somebody puked off the balcony.
For the first time.
Why would you lean over?
That's
the
so
balcony?
gross.
Yeah, it was disgusting. My sister was
I've
like
never seen
literally
that in my life.
cautioning tape off chairs, like don't sit here, don't sit here. And I'm
It's
like, what
like
is
this.
going on?
I
And
mean, help.
just go to the bathroom.
It didn't get on anyone, did it?
I think it did, but I think that person left.
It got on just a little got on his shirt, and he had another shirt on underneath, so he just took it off. Luckily, it landed on the floor and a little bit on the back of the bar stools, but it was excellent landing for the situation that we were in. Still
If you could
completely
say so.
fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
first time I've ever seen that happen.
what?
At Four Quarter. Off the balcony. Puking on the floor is one thing, but she was
Just find a
Romeo
trash
and
can.
Juliet
And don't
that
puke
shit
in
out
your
the window.
glass. Please,
Oh,
for the
yeah,
love
that's
of God,
disgusting.
don't puke in your glass.
Just go to the bathroom.
Just-
But now, during Halloween, they were giving ghost tours.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
Shut up,
it?
Pauls.
Both balls.
Isn't it true that Four Quarter isn't it like a some type of ghost tale or something with that
Man,
bar?
we're- Man.
All of Argenna is like old artistic district. It's all
Yeah, a 4-quarter.
it used to be a brothel, right?
Yeah, there is. Okay, so I love spooky shit. I love ghosts. I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my god, they're believing, but I think I love like the spooky.
like spooky shit.
I'm an October baby, so Halloween is my favorite holiday,
Halloween is
and I
your
just
round.
love spooky shit. Weird shit fucking happens at 4-quarter. Like, I swear I'll turn lights off and then like I'll go do shit and I'll come back and
Trash
like
can will be in the
the
middle
upstairs
of the
lights will be
floor.
back on. The bathroom doors, they are on a swinging mechanism, but
They'll lock
when
up
you
and-
put the door stoppers in, they have like a thing that keeps them closed. Those will slam shut. So when you're standing behind the bar, there's a big mirror behind the bar. So if I'm facing the ticket book or the register, I can see everything behind me and upstairs on the balcony. And at the end of the night, obviously when there's nobody in there, I'll see like shadows of like, it looks like somebody's walking on the balcony, like by the barrel, like a reflection. Or I always feel like there's somebody standing, like there's like, not like a specific person or like,
Just
like
you feel
it's just
a
like an
presence, don't you?
energy. Yeah. Weird.
It's usually me outside the window.
They
trying to get
they really
another
like
shot.
yeah. Well, we've had a lot of like professional people come in and doing investigations.
We did
and-
two arenas, and the pictures are wild. But I mean,
I
it's an
love it.
older district. Like Argenna's old. Like even though we were revamping it, and Argenna's
I wouldn't
beautiful,
say it's like-
still old. Like the buildings
It's
are
just
ancient.
eerie.
So
That makes sense. So here's the deal. So because I know you said you really like to stay home, but what other bar do you like to go to? What's your favorite bar to go to?
what's my favorite bar?
Yeah, both of you. Your favorite bar.
Oh, that's a setup. All right, so that's a setup question because I work at multiple. It depends. My favorite bar to go to be honest,
What? It's your day off. Where are you going?
if it's my day off, are you working?
I don't think so.
If you're not working on my day off, I'm probably going to Brucey's.
Okay.
When I get off work, I go to 4-quarter.
4-quarter. Yeah.
But most service industry, and this is even at Brucey's, when we close at midnight on the weekdays, on a Tuesday, if my people come in and they're like, where do we go after this? Who's serving food after 10 o'clock? I'm sending them her way. I'll tell them Midtown too, because Midtown's got, shout out Midtown, they got fire burgers.
Mm-hmm.
But service industry as of late is... we're going
Everybody comes to 4-quarter, and especially on weekends when service, because we are a service industry
It
bar.
is a service industry.
So when all
bar.
the other servers and bartenders get off work, they come to 4-quarter, get some food, have a couple drinks, and then at 2 is when they disperse. And some go, neighbors,
Some go.
tailgaters. Some go to
Yeah.
Midtown. If it's Saturday, they go to disco.
I go
They
home
go
to
to those
some bars
5
from all
a.m.
those
spots,
places.
but they come to 4-quarter, meet at 4-quarter, eat.
And figure out what we're doing.
Pre-game,
And, it's
and then
it's-
figure out where they're
She
going.
knows, because I'll take my Brucey's people in everywhere. And we ride together all the time, and it's nice. This woman can be by herself behind the bar, getting smoked. We walk in, we sit there and wait. As soon as she comes up though, it's all service. 4-quarter is probably my favorite bar to be at when I'm not working. I go to Reno's all the time. I go to Brewski's all the time. But 4-quarter is just where, like she said, we all
It's
meet
a
up
home.
there.
It's a home.
just
It's a
kind of we all
family.
just meet up there. I do.
Yeah, I love 4-quarter. I think it's the perfect because it's not really a true dive bar, and it's not like maybe a sports bar. It's like to me, it's like the sweet spot.
We
sorta.
cater to everybody.
Yeah.
We have like
I think the concert
it's just a
aspect,
very
like
open-
the shows and things keep you from being like just but 4-quarter does cater to every environment.
we're not like a specific.
No. You can walk around at
Thing,
4-quarter
yeah.
and catch every different dynamic. It's
Yeah.
like high school. 4-quarter
yeah.
is like a high school cafeteria. You're gonna catch. Am I
It's
wrong?
true.
You're gonna catch a group at every. It's what it's like. A high school cafeteria. You got your cliques and your groups and your people that run around, and that's what it's like.
I love it. Well, we're kind of getting to the near end of our podcast, so let's talk about. Both of y'all are going to start a podcast called Last Call.
The last call.
Cool. So when can we expect to see it and go watch it?
Very, very soon.
Very soon.
Very, very soon.
We will let you know.
We're not, can't talk about too many details right
Gotcha. Well, I can't wait to see it.
We
Yeah.
would like to have you as a guest as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
cool.
gonna interview you as a patron.
Yeah, we can come in and interview you. But the last call is solely going to be about service industry. I will give you a little hint. First episode is introductory, kind of what we did today about me and her, and then 6 episodes of bar etiquette.
I like it.
So
Yeah.
if you've never been to a restaurant and nobody's told you how to act, you're going to learn from us.
I love it.
gonna be-
Okay, so if there's someone out there, who wants to be a bartender, they're social, they like making drinks. Is there any tips or any advice you could give them or anything?
Absolutely.
Just keep doing
Just
it.
keep doing it. If you're passionate about it, like if it's something you really are into, stick with it. But don't be scared to start small.
Yeah.
Because like both of us I started as a bar back.
That's what I was just gonna say. I think everybody should
Don't-
start as a bar back. Like if you have zero bar
don't be
experience.
scared to start small.
Yeah.
Don't have enough pride. Like right now, and I've bartended 2 different bars. If one of them would call me and be like, "I need a bar back tonight," I'm gonna go in and bar back.
Yeah.
I don't have pride behind that. I know what I am and I know I'm good at my job. But if you need don't be scared to start small. That's where it starts. You gotta learn from the beginning. You can't jump in the middle of a book and expect to know the first few chapters. So start at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to ask 2 more questions. This next one's just going to be a random question. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? Ooh, shit.
This
Pulp
is
Fiction.
Okay, that was easy. Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
What about you, Holly?
The Green Mile.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. There's a lot of really fantastic
got
life
it.
lessons.
Oh,
on so many. So good.
I mean, I could list up. All right, I got a
It
question.
depends on the genre. I'm a horror movie person.
I know I'm on camera, so they can't see. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You're stuck on an island. You get to take 3 movies with you. What movies are you taking? It's the only 3 movies you can take.
Yeah,
Mine's easy.
Okay, so a movie that a
His
movie.
I
No, it's perfect.
A joke as well.
The movie that I like that I can watch any point in time. I like Predator
I love Predator.
with Arnold
Let's
Schwarzenegger.
go. Get to
Always.
the chopper.
Yes, the Getting the Chopper. The next one would probably be I like Braveheart.
Braveheart's great.
Okay, and this is probably going to throw you for a loop, but I like fried green tomatoes.
That's a great
That
movie.
is a
Yeah.
great movie.
Also, shout out. Hey, come through. Let's see, good top 3. So mine would definitely be Pulp Fiction, Dogma, and any porno. Because I'm not going to an island.
What's the third one called?
Any porno.
Oh, any porno.
Any porno. You can't go to a deserted island and find porn.
So I was looking on social media, and they said they should have there should be a dating platform that matches people up by their porn search history.
No, they shouldn't. That's called felonies.
Oh man.
Man, I'm scared of dating apps. I've never been on Tinder in
Me
my
neither.
life. Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm scared of. I also watch a lot of true crime, so I also just make myself super paranoid to go out into the real world.
No, yeah. Also,
Yeah,
the
no,
way
I've
we
never been
network
on
is kinda
Tinder.
not
I've never
necessary.
done that Facebook dating. I never even did like.
I mean, I don't think it's that. We don't. The way we do things, it's not necessary.
Also,
Well-
yeah.
Well, okay, so we're talking about dating real quick here. Do you guys try to keep the customer
Absolutely.
keep it separate?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I have somebody.
Yeah.
So, but again, create the perception of availability.
Availability. Gotcha.
And
Okay.
it's, like, even if she ever was locked down, she would still act single at work.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, no, I mean, I was married and I've been divorced, and people didn't even know that I got divorced until like a year and a half later. People were like, "Oh, wait, I'm a very private person. I like keep work. I mean, when I'm at work, the last thing I want to talk about is my personal life, especially
Sure.
to strangers. If you know,
Yeah.
my life. But other than that, no, yeah, work and my home life are completely separate.
Like, you might, and that goes back to you saying, "Do you hit on a hot bartender?" You can, and she might give you a look.
And
but
it's flattering, but
We're not. We do have personal lives.
Sure. I gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay, well, the last question is going to be, if you could change anything about the world, or if you're walking to your bar You find what's it like a genie bottle,
Okay.
and he gives you one wish, or she gives you one wish, whoever a genie is. And what would it be? What's your one wish about the world, or whatever?
I wish people just loved themselves.
That's cool.
Beautiful.
Just, I mean, loved yourself. People need to love themselves more.
Gotcha. What about you, Stacy?
I just want people to be happy.
I mean,
like, I just
so-
be happy. Find your happy.
Equal morality. And it goes like somebody, the wise words of the genius Snoop Dogg. If everybody smoked a blunt at the same time on the planet, there'd be world peace.
Yeah.
I just like morality. If everybody thought, and I don't want everybody to be uniform, but like, which that goes back to everybody being happy.
Just be happy.
Just be
I
happy.
just
I
people
like
are
it.
happy. Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're in town, go to Four Quarter, see Holly. If you're in town, go to Reno's and see Stacy. They've got an upcoming podcast called
The
Last Call. So we're looking forward to that. And I'm about to turn this off. Let's see here.